Okay, hi guys, and welcome back to Chris Flies Planes, and today we are playing Aerofly's FS2 Flight Simulator. This is a game that was released on Steam Early Access on the 19th of May, and I just came across it, downloaded it. I'm not sure how much I paid, I think it was maybe £22, somewhere around there, and no expectations, booted it up, and you know what? It's pretty cool. So let's jump in, let's have a look at the navigation, let's plan a quick flight. So currently the game only renders in high resolution this area of the western coast of the United States. You can see, if it will let me zoom out further, you can see that you can go to other places. It's not rendered in resolution at all, there's no airports or anything, it looks pretty terrible. But over here, it looks pretty awesome. So let's plan a flight today. Let's go from San Francisco Airport. Well, how do I do this? So location. Okay, here we go. Let's go location. So let's go from runway 28 left. And for navigation, let's go up the coast, let's say to (183 nautical miles). Okay, that might be a nice little flight, just so we can see what's going on here. Though, to be honest, let's land there. What do we reckon about this? Should we go a little bit higher, actually? No, that should be fine. Okay, so let's jump in. Let's pick our aircraft. So you see the UI is pretty basic, but it works. You know, it's what it is. Again, this game is in early access. So, okay, so these are the planes we have. We have the Cessna 172. We have the 4FU Corsair, Learjet 45, the Extra 330LX, the F-18, the Pitts S2B, the Marganowski Swift S1, the Amachi MB339, the P-38 Lightning with Baron 58, B737, the A320, the ASG-29, the King Air C90 GTX, the Sopwith F1 Camel, the B747-400, and there we go. So, just to keep in with the standard channel, let's jump in to okay, I think I'm going to have to go over NASA F-18 because that looks absolutely incredible. So that loads that. Maybe, possibly. So I don't know anything about this game. It kind of came out of nowhere for me. I was obviously super excited about the Dovetail Flight School launch, and this kind of just happened quietly around the same time. This also does have flight tutorials built in, which it's less polished than the Dovetail Flight School, but to me it actually kind of taught me a little bit more, if I'm going to be honest. We'll do some videos on that if you guys do want to see that. I also want to kind of just do some more videos on some of the other planes available within this pack. Within this game. This is taking a long time to load. Come on now. Again, this game is early access, so we have to be nice to it. Let's see if we can actually fly this guy. Okay, here we go. So let's get rid of the moving map down there. I definitely don't want to see that. Also wished I didn't have that overhead up there. See if I can turn that off very quickly. Flight information. Hide. Okay, so one thing I have noticed is the settings reset a lot, and it's really annoying all the time. Okay, it looks like our flight plan has not carried down into our central panel here, so there we go. So can I zoom in? Is that a thing I can do? Maybe. Who knows? Anyway, this is the cockpit. I've got to say, for a basic plane that came with the game, it looks far better than anything in FSX, any of the defaults in FSX. Some of the switches work. I've noticed they don't all work. Kind of want to have those spread if possible. So yeah, some of the switches work. They don't all work. I haven't done like a full start of one of these planes yet. I'm not really sure if it's possible. We'll have a play at some point. But for now, yeah, it's a good looking plane. Let's jump outside. Beautiful model. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. The modeling is stunning. And let's get her taken off. So I'm flying this again with my HOTAS, my joystick and throttle, the X55 Pro. It's fairly easy to set up. Let's get up in the air here. Let's try and hold it steady and get the gear up. There we go. And yeah, it runs mostly fairly nicely. I'm recording now, so it's a little bit frame ratey. But you can see the airport here is modeled beautifully. We've taken off from San Francisco Airport. Looks absolutely stunning. And looks like we're going to be flying visual here because I don't seem to have any sort of guidance regarding my flight plan. I don't know if that's something I can do. None of these buttons seem particularly clickable. I have an autopilot button. I'm not entirely sure what that does. I do need to have a look and see if there's a little bit more documentation for this game. But honestly, for the areas they have got models, and this is just default game, everything that came with it, obviously no texture packs or anything, it looks pretty beautiful. Let's just pull up here, let's get some more height. Well, actually saying that, just seen something ahead of me there, let's dive down. I mean, it's obviously photo scenery, and that's totally fine in my opinion. You know, I don't really want to be flying low over cities, so it doesn't matter to me that it's not so 3D. But I think as we're about to see, there are certainly some 3D landmarks. Water looks pretty nice. So this is running on the highest possible settings, running on Ultra all across the board. Trees look really good, especially compared to FSX. Right, this is such a bad idea because I don't really want to be recording this video many times, but as you can see here, a bit of a famous landmark here. Let's see if we can just pop ourselves underneath it here. Beautiful. And I believe over here we have... Is this Alcatraz? Am I wrong? This may be Alcatraz. I mean... Yeah, it's got to be Alcatraz. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. We've got boats moving around. Again, for the parts of the world this game has got modelled, it looks absolutely breathtaking. Let's try and get ourselves heading back over. And this is a part of the world I haven't flown in a huge amount in flight sims. Or visited in real life, come to think of it, so... I don't know that much about it, but yeah, I mean, it looks absolutely gorgeous, right? Runs pretty nicely. Yeah, I mean, this game has got a lot of potential as far as I'm concerned, you know. I'd love to see how they're going to fill it out, if they're going to fill out, you know, as much of a world as they can, or what's going to happen there. I'd like to see what happens in terms of mod support, in terms of, you know, people like Aerofly, Alabeo, those kind of guys releasing planes for it. But in my mind, this has got the potential currently to actually kind of put up a bit of a fight against X-Plane and Microsoft. It certainly runs the best out of the box. So up over the Californian coast here. It's a part of the world I romanticize a lot in my mind. I'm a big Jack Kerouac fan. He wrote a lot. You know, obviously his final book, I believe, was called The Big Sur, which is this kind of part of the American coastline. and it looks absolutely breathtaking. It seems like my central map there doesn't really do much, I've noticed. Plane itself handles pretty nicely, you know, kind of how I would imagine it would handle. Again, let's just jump outside here. If it's going to let it... Oh no, there we go. A little bit of a stutter there. The sound's definitely a little bit funny. But anyway, there we go. That's the outside look. Yeah, I mean, given that it's all just obviously based on satellite imagery with trees over, I think it looks pretty great. Draw distance is pretty nice. The clouds look pretty good. Water looks nice. Plane, I'm really impressed with. I think the plane looks fantastic. Yeah, cracking job. So what I would like to know is if there's a way to pull up a map. I guess just from this screen here. It's got a bit of a way to go, so let's jump back in, continue. Let's burn it and get some altitude on it. I love seeing how these games look when you're up nice and high. Let's pull up. About 40 degrees. I don't like how jerky the look around is, but I'm sure there's probably a way to sort that out. I will have a look into that. Let's head up to around 20,000 feet. I mean, from up here it definitely looks a little bit more drawing-y, but I'd say it still looks pretty beautiful. Maybe a little bit of drawing distance issues over there, over the ocean. But yeah, I mean, I've got to say, for an early release, this is pretty beautiful. I think an amazing job has been done with this game. I'm super excited to see what happens with it. And yeah, so gonna have a little bit of high level flight now for a little while, so I'm gonna leave you guys to it, and I will join you when it's time to start our descent. Okay guys, and welcome back. We are just approaching, we're just about to start our descent down to KLLR. So I'm going to throttle her right back and start chucking her down here. Got a little moving map down in our left corner here. It's kind of useful when I don't have any navigation guidance in my instruments. So we're about 25 miles out from KLLR. Little bit off our flight plan, but that can be corrected, I'm sure. Let's just roll her out here. There we go. Okay. So yeah, the clouds look pretty nice as we're going through them, I've got to say. Let's see if we've done this in time or not. Okay, so she's going to go around here. Let's get some flaps on. Let's go to full flaps and gear down. I don't have wheel brakes set, so let's hope I left myself enough runway here. Looks like B is brakes. Okay. So we go, guys. That was our first look here at Aerofly's FS2 flight simulator. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think, if you've played the game or anything like that, down in the comments below. And if this is your first time watching this channel, please subscribe. We do a lot of videos of different simulators and different planes, primarily fighter jets, and it would help me a lot. Thank you very much, guys, and I will see you guys next time. Fly safe.